Well, hi, Westgate Church. I know that this has been a very unusual season for us and a very trying time and anxious as well. Just want to remind you about a few things and kind of give you an update about what's going on at church and how to get some information that you might need. Shelter in place is changing how we're doing church at this time pretty dramatically, and I know it's made some significant impacts on your life as well. Just a reminder that your families are together. I mean, there's an upside to this in the midst of all the stress and everything. I don't mean to make light of that, but that families are together, and you social distance with those who are not in your family, but you get to have this intimacy and some time together with those that are in your family. And I hope you're taking advantage of that and coming up with creative ways to do that. I know some of you have got more children in your life now than, as with schools being canceled, you've got more children in your life than maybe you were planning for March, but maybe there's an upside to this that can be really, really cool. There's some resources to help you with this, some stuff for your kids that Westgate's putting out, as well as the Right Now Media. If you haven't gotten an invitation to be a member of Right Now Media, there's all kinds of Christian shows and TVs, programs and things that are available for you through that, and you can get that through us. Just give us a holler on that. Also, our Westgate YouTube channel and the social media, we're putting out some stuff out all the time to kind of help with this. I would also remind you to intentionally engage with your neighbors. You know the whole problem of your five, the process of having your five. This is my journal here in my five. You want to just also honoring social distancing, but you also want to be able to avail yourself to your neighbors and be a source of help, especially for those who are maybe under-resourced or are unable to get out and take care of some things. I also would challenge you that you would honor and model some obedience to some things that are going on. The county order is for our good. And I know it's confusing and sometimes we're getting different reports, but there's folks that are way smarter than me, I'm sure, that have come up with a plan on what's the best strategy to curb the spread of COVID-19. And I hope that you'll be diligent in practicing social distancing and honoring the order that's come down for us of shelter in place. I'd also encourage you, don't hoard. Don't go out and buy, enough toilet paper for the next 10 years and hide it away in some shelter, in some secret room in your house. That is not modeling faith in what Christ is calling us to. If you do go out and buy that much toilet paper, share it with the rest of us. And then there's an opportunity for us to be able to do some sacrificing for the well-being of others, and I hope that you'll model that as well. You might want to know kind of what's Westgate staff doing during this time, and I just want to kind of give you an update on that. First, we are making, the elders just met last night in a Zoom meeting, some of the first ones for us, and we are making every effort to make sure that we take care of our staff, and we are going to continue to pay our staff and to meet our obligations to them, even if there's not as much work and they can't seem to come in with work. We're even our part-time folks, we're going to do the very best we can for most of them to be able to take care of them and to keep them paid and honor our commitments. So you can kind of be praying for us as we walk through this time, and we're doing that. Most of our staff are working from home and are, for the time being anyway, and some of them are assuming some new responsibilities as we kind of flex and navigate our way through this time. There's limited staff, facilities staff that are up at the two campuses, and they'll be doing some cleaning and disinfecting. It's an opportunity for us to really get after both campuses and clean them really well, and they'll be doing that. Staff will also be stepping in where volunteers normally do in terms of like our South Hills campus food pantry, doing some calls to folks to make sure that everybody is cared for, and so we'll ask them to do some things that they might not normally do. including a rigorous check-in with some of the at-risk folks that are a part of our community. Those who are immune deficient or elderly, and we want to make sure that we're caring for those folks. So we're going to be doing that. If any of you watching this need some help, some special help, we would just encourage you to let us know. We can run errands for you. We can deliver groceries for you. We can, get prescriptions filled, whatever might be helpful for you if you're in a position where you can't take care of that kind of stuff yourself. We are available to you, and we certainly want to be able to do that in a way that serves you and still honors the shelter-in-place order that we're under. Just a thought from the scriptures before we kind of close our time. We'll try to give you some regular updates as we go through, but I want to read from you a story you're probably familiar with out of Matthew chapter 8. It says in Matthew chapter 8, beginning at verse 23, that Jesus got into the boat with his disciples following him, and without warning, a furious storm came up from the lake. And a lot of what we're experiencing right now, there was no warning to speak of. It was just, everything is changing so quickly. These disciples find themselves in the middle of a furious storm, and it came up over the lake. And the waves are sweeping over the edges of the boat. Now, these guys are used to being on this lake, and they are seeing this, and they know it's a bad storm. But Jesus, who maybe hasn't spent as much time on a boat, but he's sleeping through this storm. And the disciples went and woke him up, and they said, "Lord, save us, we're going down." The boat's going down. Every indicator here is that things are bad. And he replies with this gentle rebuke. "You of little faith, why are you so afraid?" Just let that sink into how you're responding right now. Are you responding with faith, or is fear kind of dominating your whole outlook towards all of this? Then he gets up, he rebukes the winds and the waves, and it became completely calm. And it says that his men were amazed and said, "What kind of man is this, that even the winds and the waves obey him?" Just a reminder that God is not confused. Jesus is still on the throne. COVID-19 has not dethroned Christ in any way, and it has not thrown the plans of God up in peril. Remember that God has the power over every storm, including viruses, and that He is still strong and good in the midst of this. Fix your eyes on that. Fix your eyes on Christ and call to Him. Pray to Him. Confess your fears to Him, your confusion to Him. Invite Him in to the journey. And then remember, Jesus is always in the boat. It may seem sometimes like He's asleep, but He's there with you. And the moment you call out, He will answer your cry. Let us not be people that are dominated by fear. Let us be people who live by faith. For Jesus' glory, in His name. Amen. God bless.